Hi guys, it's your teacher. I'm going to record a video for you since we had no students today on Tuesday. So that's okay, just watch this video and do the homework. Alright, so today is Tuesday and we're going to review was and were. So remember for was and were, was means one person. That's the same thing as singular. Okay. For were, we're talking about two or more people, and that means plural. Okay. So if I'm talking about one person, I talk about I, he, she, or it. If it's plural, I'm talking about they, we, and you. Okay, so remember you can be one person, like how are you? I'm talking to my mom, or two or more people. So how are you? I'm talking to my class. That's many people. Okay, so that's the rule for was and were. Okay, so let's look at some practice over here. Okay, so we're going to look at what are the correct words we can put in here. Okay, so right here we have they. Okay, so we have to look at the word they. How many people? So do we say was or were? Yeah, so because it's two people or more, we have to say were. All right. So were they cooks before? Were they cooks before? Okay, your answer is yes. So what do we need to write here? Yes, they were. Very good. So because we're talking about the two people, we just repeat they, and then were and were. Perfect. Okay, next one, number 2, we're talking about Harry. Harry. So how many people are Harry? Just one man. So I say was. So was Harry a police officer last year? Again, we're talking about the class for last year. Was Harry a police officer last year? No. Okay, so what do I write? Harry is one man, so I need to change it. No, he was or were. What do we say? Right, so we say no, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. That's the negative. All right, over here we have the person Mrs. Johnson. Mrs. Johnson. Okay, how many people is Mrs. Johnson? That's one person. So I say, was Mrs. Johnson a manager last year? Was she a manager last year? Yes. Okay. Is she a man or a woman? Mrs. Johnson. So yes, she was. That would be the positive sentence. Yes, she was. All right, so those are your examples for past tense, right? What do they look like in the past? So up here we talked about the review, the was and were. So if I add negative, right, we're looking at was, how do I say no with was? Right, so we say wasn't. And that's the same thing as was not. So it's your choice if you want to say was not or wasn't. Okay, how about for were? How do I make the negative for were? weren't, weren't. Right, so remember it's one syllable, very fast word. Weren't. And that is the same as were not. Okay, good. And I'm just going to add here the pronunciation for these. Remember, this is not spelling, it's pronunciation. What does it sound like? Okay, so for this one, for wasn't, it looks like this. Wasn't. Wasn't. Okay, wasn't. Okay, the next one for the pronunciation is one syllable. Right, so the pronunciation is like this. Okay, one sound. So we say the word weren't. Weren't. I'm going to show you. Weren't. Weren't. All right, so that's just showing you one syllable, right? Very fast. We don't say weren't, we say weren't. All right, good. Okay, so we did our practice here with was and were. And today we're going to look at some of the question words. And this is question words for any questions. It could be questions about today, questions for tomorrow, questions about yesterday. It doesn't really matter, right? Just any questions in English. So the first one we have is who. Who. So who is people, right? A people or a person. What. What. All right, what is very general. So it is for things or just a general question. So for example, I have a cup. What is that? What is that? It's a cup, right? It's a thing. Okay, or if I ask you, what are you doing? It's a very general question. It means, what is your activity? Tell me anything you're doing. All right, next question is where. Where. What is that? Where. All right, so where is a location or a place. Right, so if I ask you, where do you live? You tell me your city or your country, your address, you tell me something. All right, next one is when. When. Good. So when is for time. The time. Right, so if I ask you, when is your class? You tell me the hour. So my class is at 10 a.m. Or when do you start work? I start work at 7 a.m. Or when is your birthday? My birthday's in February, right? You say the time. Okay, next one is why. Why. So why is a big question. It means a reason. And we usually say the answer with because, right? So why do you like traveling? I like traveling because it's interesting. Because I like meeting new people. Right? So you tell us your reason. And the last one is how. How is the manner or the steps, right? How do you do something? So how do you go to class? You can say, I go to class on my computer. I go to class on my bicycle when the classes are open. I go to class by walking, right? It depends on how you do something. And it could be a recipe. So how do you make Thanksgiving turkey? Think, okay, my recipe, I need to have turkey and vegetables and spices and all the different things for the turkey, right? So that's how. All right, so those are some questions we need to practice for this class. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to have some activities for you. Let's look at this book over here. Okay, we're going to go to this page here. This is page 99. Let me zoom in. So page 99. All right, so we're looking at was and were. We have different pictures and we're thinking about their job today and in the past. Okay, so right now for number 1, we can look at this person here. All right, we see a woman and it says teacher, right? So number 1, right here, it says teacher. So the question, was she a teacher? So we're talking about the past time. Was she a teacher? So we see, yes, that's correct, that's a teacher. Yes, she was. Yes, she was. Okay, number 2, we look over here. We see this woman, and she's wearing the blue scrubs. Remember that word? Scrubs is the uniform if you work in a doctor's office. So the question, because there's two ladies here, were they receptionists? Were they receptionists? So we check. That is not receptionist. So the answer, no, they weren't. They were nurses. They were nurses. Okay, because we can see that is the nurse uniform. Okay, let's try number 3 over here. Okay, so number 3 says a server. A server. Okay, so now we're looking at the man that's working right there. So here we have one man. So do I say was he a server or were he a server? Okay, so I need to use was because it's one man. Was he a server? Yes. Yes, he was. Because a server is like a waiter or a waitress. They work in the restaurant. Okay, so what you're going to do for homework here is on page 99, you will complete number 4 to 6 and send it to me. All right, so go ahead and complete those, number 4, 5, and 6, and send them to me. You're going to write the question and the answer. All right, so write question and answers. So it's just practice, right? So again, page 99, complete numbers 4 through 6, send it to me, and write questions and answers. And you can send it to me on Remind. All right. Okay, so we're going to do that one another day. We're going to do this one also. We're going to try this one for Thursday, but let's review a little bit. This is page 100. We're talking about the word can. Can. Okay, so with the word can, it means possible. Possible. Okay, so for example, can the teacher speak English? Am I speaking English? Is it possible? The answer, yes, she can, because I'm speaking English right now. Okay, but if I change and I say something different, like can the teacher speak German? German language? No. No, I don't know how to speak German. So the answer, no, she can't. That means not possible with me. All right, so the idea is we're using can and can't to say yes, it's possible, or no, it's not possible. Okay, so we're going to check these out really quickly. I have I can cook, he can cook, she can cook, they can cook. And we see here there's no S, there's no changing, nothing special. Everybody uses can. I can, you can, they can, we can, everybody. So it's a little easier. Okay, if you make the question, we start with can. Can you cook? Yes, I can. No, I can't. Can he cook? Yes, he can. No, he can't. Can she cook? Yes, she can. No, she can't. Can they cook? Yes, they can. No, they can't. Okay, and right here they're just reminding you with the word can and the negative can't. You can do the contraction, which is can't, or do no contraction, which is cannot. Right? Cannot means the long style, right? But if you speak English and you listen to a lot of English, people always say can't. It's just faster. All right, so let's look down here. We had a little bit of practice. So in this one, we're looking at the person, like this teacher here, and we just make the question very easy. We put can. Can she speak Spanish? We look, it says hablo español, so that means yes. Yes, she can. Number 2, we see the little boy. He's holding keys. Holding keys to the truck. The question, can he drive a truck? No. No, he's very small, very young. No, he can't. Not possible. He's too small. He doesn't have a driver's license. No, he can't. All right, for number 3, we have a man here, and he's in the motor, in the engine of the car. So the question, can he fix a car? Can he fix a car? Yes, I think so. He looks very comfortable, very confident. So yes, he can. This is positive. Yes, he can. All right, so what you can do is you can complete this if you like. If not, we will continue this on Thursday. We will keep practicing on Thursday. So it's up to you if you want to practice or just wait till Thursday. Okay, it's just a little review. All right, so let's go back to our page over here. So I'm going to write down your homework on here. So I'm going to change the homework a little bit. So we had homework, page, what did we say, 98? I already forgot the homework. So page 99, complete 4 to 6. Page 99, numbers 4 to 6. Okay. write questions and answers. Send them to me. Okay, I will also put this on the website for you to practice. All right, if you'd like, you can also do the review. So you can review page 100. And that's can and can't, just for you to be more comfortable. Okay, so I will put that up on the website today. Let me put that up here. So I'll put that up on the website today, and if you have any questions, you can send me a message and I'll answer that. All right, so that's it for today. Hope you have a good day. See you later.